Hello. Hi, everyone. Happy Black Friday. Welcome to a nice stream. We'll play some kind of game, I hope. We're going to play an Age Contrived. Look for some Black Friday bargains. How about a completely free stream? But if you would like to help contribute to it, hey, where's those things? I was filming something and turned those off. Hey, patreon.com/slickerdrips. So I'm able to do this. This is not a sponsored video. What website are you talking about? There's their logo. Hey, you can give us a tip on Ko-fi as well if you would like. I imagine this is going to be a fairly quiet stream, but we'll give it a go, eh? Maybe I need to do things that aren't full playthroughs sometimes, or I don't know, just skip a load of things. We'll see. Hey James, how's it going? Happy Black Friday. Hope you've had your big traditional Black Friday lunch. So in this game, we are gods, basically, that are trying to convince people to build monuments to believe in us more. Something like that. We will do it by moving tiles about, and these are lovely, like, I don't know what they're made of. Lovely clacky tiles. And this is like, it's got a lot of lovely things in it. This is the core version of the game. There is a much fancier version that's got metal player boards that flick these tokens about. But even in the standard version, these monuments are magnetic. Like, these cardboard pieces are magnetic, and there's metal frames that they will attach to as we construct them. And it's got those lovely clacky tokens and stuff. And there's, yeah, these frames are metal. Like, they slot under the board as well, which is a bit of a pain, but it's quite cool. It reminds me, it's maybe not a flattering comparison, but it reminds me of when you'd play like Game of Life and slot all those little extra bits into the board. Do you know what I mean? Hey, I can't say that I enjoy the whole game of the Game of Life, but I enjoyed those bits. Hey, over, sponsored by slickerdrips. It's exactly sponsoring this stream. Why are sponsoring Freedom 5? I really want to play. I'm going to be sponsoring Shadows of Brimstone very soon. That's what. That's my number one thing I want to be playing through right now. So, I'm playing the solo game as well. It's got a solo mode by David Digby. It's like a proper bot. Like, there are involved steps. We are going to be referring to that bot rulebook a lot, because while I've hopefully got generally the rules of the game normally in my head, the bot rules, we'll see how it goes. So, the main thing is we want to get the monuments built. That will trigger the end of the game. There are 3 monuments in the game. It's random which ones are out there. We will get points from having our energy, that's what these tokens are, applied to the monuments in pillars. There is 1 pillar in each section of the board, whether there's a monument there or not. You can put things in this section and in the pillar section. They will all score as points. You want to unlock your energy, you can get points for doing that as well. For building your level 3 bridge, you'll have some special scoring that's unique to you. And for unlocking achievements along the way, you can get points as well. That's what we are trying to do. So I am the first player in the solo game. I am playing Freyeth. So different characters have, like, you got a quick start card that said where all of your things start off. We have the same skills at the start of the game, the same actions we can take. These can be upgraded as the game goes on. So it told me where all of these things go. In a 2-player game, which the solo game is simulating, your recharge token is active. And we have got 3 bridge tiles that are unique to us. Like, this is going to give us a special scoring opportunity if we get it out. And as we put them on the board, we will unlock unique player powers as well. The very, very wide nature of all of this stuff means it's not going to fit on screen at once. So on your turn, you can either advance or take actions. Advance is putting 1 or 2 of these transmuting devices into your player board, sliding everything along, and then you get to refill them with more of this energy. The actions, if you want to take an action turn, and there is a little player aid menu to remind you of your choices here, but if you choose actions, you look at the bottom rows. So every tile where you have got energy in the bottom row is an action you can potentially take. You will spend the energy from that row, and depending on which column it was in, it will tell you which action you have the choice of. So if you pop that out there, like, you'll get to do the movement action, for example. Everything that's on the top row can be deployed. So there's a couple of actions we've got that will let us deploy. Those energy come from the top. We can't spend energy from here to perform actions. So bottom performs actions, top will get deployed. I do have from my quick start, so this told me where everything gets set up at the start. Check this, because this looks a bit strange. Hey Jack, we're trying to get worshippers because we are gods, we want to be worshipped. Who doesn't want to be worshipped, right? So yeah, it told me where all my energy goes at the start, and it's also given me some advice as my character. So how to score points, unlock energy from, well, that's just generally. And why move your character, that's general. But for us, it's given us quick start suggestions for each turn, and general suggestions. We want to get our first bridge token unlocked as soon as possible. It's going to be really good for wild energy. We want to get wild energy in the top as often as possible, tying into that ability. We want to diversify monuments, place energy into as many different monuments as possible because you'll get a powerful benefit. And unlock energy. Only the first section of each monument gives you 2 energy when it's completed, so try and get that benefit. Glad you're the one having to explain how it works, though. There's a lot going on, and it's like, I don't know, it's not like overwhelming. There's just a lot of kind of extra bits to remember. Hey Matt, how's it going? So yeah, it's my first turn. I'm going to do actions. It recommends on my first turn, take all 3 to 4 actions that you can afford. If possible, place an energy into the monument section that gives a bridge token. So these are randomly distributed based on the monuments that are out there. And they're under a monument that's available. The tokens themselves have nothing to do with the particular monument. So I would like to get energy out into this monument, the beacon that's always in every game. So how do I do that? Well, one of the actions is deploy. So let's say I'm going to do my number 1 action here. So I spend this energy to trigger the action, and that goes to exhausted, which is going to let me either refresh my recharge token, flip that over if it was spent, but it's not. So I'm not going to choose that. I can deploy energy from either of these 2 spaces, and in a higher player count game, this space wouldn't have anything in it, so this action would be rubbish at the very start. But in a 2-player game, which this is simulating, you can pop some up there. So I can deploy this specific energy to something. Where can you deploy things? You can deploy to this pool here. This is energy that can be spent in the shop to get better transmutation tiles that hold more energy, might give you more benefits. There we go. These should be the other way around. Because they give you extra conduit benefits. So I can pop it there. I will get more currency to buy these tiles later, because you can see they'll cost between 1 and 3 when I want to buy them. I can deploy to the achievements area if I qualify for it. So I want to have tokens above my board. They can have feet, pillars, or castles on them. I want to have 4 feet or 2 pillars or 2 castles on these tiles, not above the board. You can get them on the tiles themselves. So not yet. This wants me to have 3 of my energy in one region. The regions are the different coloured sections. Obviously, I'm not going to be eligible for any achievement right at the start of the game. Who is going to do that? And this is unlock 1 of each type of energy. So we've each got little locked sections. We've got 4 different types of energy, 1 of each different kind, and I can qualify for that achievement. By taking a deploy action, I can pop a disc in there. Now there's 2 columns you can put them in. The rightmost column is not available unless it's 3 or 4 players. The leftmost column gives you points. So say I've got these 2 castles on my player board. I could deploy this for an achievement here. It gives you points based on how many of that kind of energy, so the compass kind of energy, I have put on the board through various actions. See how we do it as we go on. This counts as 1. So I'll get this and every one I've put out on the board, 2 points for every one of them. So you want to deploy the kind of energy that you've put out the most. But for all of these things, you're losing the stuff. The other thing you can deploy them to is monuments. So it wanted me to deploy an energy to a monument section that provides a bridge token. So these are the monuments that we are building in this game. I would like to try and get this bridge thing out, so I am going to deploy one of my energy into constructing that monument, the beacon. So there we go. That's an action. You can do as many actions as you can afford to do, though, or want to do. So I think we are going to deploy again. So this time it's the exact same option, but I can deploy one thing from either of these two sections. So it's still just one thing at a time. So do I want this one or this one? And the reason you might want a different one is when the monument is completed, you will get to bring some energy back unless you're the person that finished it off. And depending on the type, you'll get a different bonus. So if it's the compass, you get to put it on something else. They're great. It goes into another tile pool or the achievement or another monument. The magnet gets to go straight back into one of the things on your board rather than getting exhausted and having to be recharged. The rose gets you extra movement, basically, when that comes back. So I think I'm going to go for... Let's go for the rose one. And I think I want to put it in another monument. I don't want to put it in the pool just yet, although I do want to upgrade these things. Let's get involved in monuments. So there is one... And we can see from the bot's priority list, if it has a priority on monuments, it's going to go for this one. So if I want to be involved in something, I think I'm going to pop my energy on there. So nothing happens right now. When they're full, they'll get resolved. So I've done that. Do I want to activate anything else? I probably want to move a bit. So with the movement action, you can either move yourself 2 spaces. You have a mini on the board. You are facing in a certain direction until you need to choose. So I would be able to move 2 spots. The reason you would want to move is when you are able to put tokens out into these areas, you can only put them out into areas where you are or where you've got a bridge later on. So yeah, you might want to be in a different area if you want to put energy in a different place. And also, when you move over these bridge tokens, you can get a free bonus. So I might want to just move for that. So that's one movement that I could make. So I could do 2 movement for myself, or 1 movement on this castle or pillar. Now I'm in the way a little bit, but on your player board, you have got a castle and a pillar track. Each movement that you get lets you move. Your first one would let you take an exhausted energy, so that's not available in your pool anymore, and start it on one of the relevant tracks. Every other movement is going to push it up that track. In a future movement action, when it's got to the top, you don't have to do it right away, you can save it until you want to. Maybe you want to go in a different area. When it's at the top and you're doing a movement action, you can take it from the relevant section and put it either in that monument's energy supply or the pillar. The pillar spaces are worth a load of points. There is only 1 available in each region. If you somehow got your energy into every pillar on the board, that would be 39 points at the end, which would be huge. It's doubtful that's going to happen. If it was 4-player game, there would be 2 pillar spaces in each area. We've just got 1. So if he goes in another one, that's 5 out of the question. So I am moving. I think I would like... I do want to have things in regions, but I am just going to move towards this bridge. This would let me unlock an energy. I would like to have more energy. So the last thing I've got left is, with this action, I could either claim up to 2 tiles. So, spending the money I've got up here. I've only got 1 at the moment. So claiming, I would get to buy this. Or I could redeploy. So this is up to 2 times I can move energy from the shop or monuments that are out there. Castle pillar, a fortified caterpillar. Probably. So I could move from the shop to a monument, or vice versa, from a monument into the shop. Or I can move from monuments or the shop to achievements. The reason I kind of fell over the explanation there is, like, there's arrows pointing to all of these things. Achievements is not the other way. Once something is on the achievement track, it is there forever. This other stuff we can move around if we've changed our minds. And if I don't want to claim more transmutation things right now, I could, do that claim action just to move one to the monument I'm not involved in just yet. Because maybe he's going to complete it by himself. I don't know if he's going to do that. But yeah, I could just be moving that around. I think, though, we're going to leave that in there and call that a turn. So you can do as many actions as you want to. I'm going to stop it there. Then we come to the bot. Get my solo rulebook at the ready to make sure I'm not missing any steps, because he has steps. Generally, we're going to work down a card. So he's got some basic cards to start us off with, and then he will get more as the game progresses. Each character that you play against, so there are like all the other characters that you can choose that a player could be. You choose a character that the bot's playing as, and each character has two different personalities that are going to change their priorities for things, change special abilities they have. We are playing against Orion in his sprint configuration. So at the start of the bot's turn, we draw a card for him, and he is going to check a condition. Has he got 3 or more tokens in his action pool? He's got 4, so yes. If that was not true, we would go to the bit with the X. It is true, so we go to the bit with the tick. And that's going to be different on the different cards. Sometimes he wants to do the advance if the condition's true. So that is true, so he wants to do the action phase. Makes sense. Has he got a load of action energy? Yes, so he wants to do an action turn. If he does an action turn, we start at the top here, and he will try and execute the thing. If he can't do it, he will go to the next thing, and he will keep going until he's either gone down the whole list or he's run out of energy in his action pool. It's similar to how I'm doing my turn, right? There's a lot of like kind of make sure you're doing this little bit. But yeah, we should be all right with this. So the first thing he's going to do is deploy twice. Where does he want to deploy? We come into this list now. So he wants to deploy to the tile pool. Am I getting all of this right? He needs to exhaust an energy first, doesn't he? Yes. To do the action, he needs to exhaust one of these. So it would be wild if that was available. And then he's got a priority list of energy. So compass is the topmost priority. He exhausts that. He's got an exhausted pool just like me. Then he's deploying from this pool. So he spent the action energy to do it. Now he's spending deploy energy to go out onto the board, just like I did. So he wants to put something in the tile pool. His top priority is an energy of the lowermost type. So this is the thing he cares about the least. The lowermost type that isn't already in the shop. This type's in the shop. So we work the way up. Can he put a rose out in the shop? Yes. So he pops that in there. He did that. So we work down to the next selection on the list. So complete is, can he place energy to complete a monument? No. There's no monument that only has one space spare. So we skip that and go on to the next one. Uppermost. So it's the monument that he cares about the most. From his deploy pool, select and place as many energy as possible into the uppermost, so the one he cares about the most in his priority list. Incomplete monument section available. Select energy such as to place 1 wild energy. Oh yeah, then go down. So, if this had been top, he would spend both of his deploy actions to try and complete the monument he cares about the most. He's only got 1 more deploy right here, though. So, he is going to contribute up here. He hasn't got a wild. Wild is this symbol. Each player has a different wild symbol. So he hasn't got a wild. So he will contribute his uppermost thing, which is compass, to the monument he cares about the most, which is this one. It has got a compass space in it. So he's done 2 deploy actions now. We come back out of the deploy section and work our way down the action section. He's still got action energy, so he can do that. So next up is deploy again, just once. So we need to spend an energy for him to do the action. Make sure you're spending the energy properly. Yeah, the uppermost thing. So he's got a compass energy. That gets spent, so we can come to the deploy again. He is going to deploy to the tile pool, because that's his top priority on this particular card. So his only choice is he can put this in the tile pool. That's all he can do there. He's done one deploy, so we move on. Next up, he is going to claim, which makes sense because those deploys have put a load of stuff in the pool. Make sure I'm claiming properly. So perform these steps in order. From the tile pool, select up to 2 face-up transmuter tiles and the energy the bot will use to claim them, which must already be in the tile pool. It's right there. The number of energy must equal the cost above the 2 selected things. So he's got 3 energy in there, so he can take any of these ones. So he's going to exhaust 3 energy no matter what he does here. So he's going to have a ton of exhausted energy. Like I've ended up with, really. Oh, he selects them in the ranked order. The highest number of tiles possible. The tiles that make him qualify for the highest number of achievements that have an empty space. Any of those would do that. It's 3 different kinds, so I don't think he's going to break his tie that way. The tile with the uppermost type of movement. So he cares about feet the most. So he wants that, and then he'll have that one. So he buys these tiles. For each icon on the claim transmuter tiles, move the achievement tracker token that many spaces to the right. So he's had 1 boots 1. He's had 1 pillar 1. He doesn't have to qualify for them like I do. He gets to move on these tracks. And once he's at the end of the tracks, he's then eligible for that achievement. So he just takes them away. For each tile that was claimed, take the top card of the bot supply, which is... Where have you put that? Oh, it's under the scorebook. So he took 2 tiles. He has a supply of more cards that he's using. Face up at the bottom of the discard pile. So he's got some more effective cards that are going to come along later on. Slide each remaining one to the right if there's space available. Reveal tiles to those in there. If you have at least 1 energy present in the tile pool, and this works like if I am doing stuff, if I'm buying stuff too, everybody else that's got energy in here gets to put another one in. It's like your interest in the bank. So if you have at least 1, you can place an energy from your exhausted pile into your tile pool. I think I am going to place... Yeah, I'll place another one in there. Why not? Yep. Done all of that. He's used all his stuff. He's claimed a thing, so that's okay. Oh, and he needed to spend an action energy to do that, didn't he? So we're still working down this list. Has he got energy available? Yes. So he would recharge his token. He doesn't need to, though. It's already recharged. So we move down to movement. Get all the steps of the movement action in. Move the bot's character. So he can do that by spending his last action. Now, if he couldn't have done this last thing, then he would have just left that token in there. So he moves forward on the map. The number of spaces specified, which is 2 at the moment. As he unlocks things, he'll get to move more, deploy more, all that sort of stuff. So he is going to move 2 spaces forward. Whenever he needs to decide which direction he's going, he always chooses right to make things easier for him. Yeah. He can move over me and stuff. He'll get more movement later. When he goes over bridge spaces, he gets bonuses as well, but he ignores normal bonuses and gets bonuses based on this card instead. So I think that is it for him. He has worked down all of his actions. He took a big actions turn as well. And then that's it for his turn. Back over to me. So I can do an actions turn where I would just get to do this, but instead I'm going to do an advanced turn. So that's the other thing you can do instead. Select one of your 2 inactive tiles. We're always going to have the same number of tiles. If I had bought tiles, I would need to replace existing tiles with them. So select one of your inactive things, slide it in. So I've got a decision. Do I want more stuff available to deploy and have an action one? Or do I want to be able to trigger an action twice? I think I want this one in for now. So I am going to advance here. So this slides in, sliding everything else along. This one gets slid out and takes a position here. The one I just put in, I can fill with stuff. So remember, it told me you want your wild tokens on the top. I'm going to put my only wild token there. And then let's put one of these on the bottom. If this is ready, you can exhaust it to do that again. So I'm going to do it again. I would like deploy energy available, I think. So I'm going to pop that in there, and I'm going to fill it up with some energy. Let's have some options. You can't... Oh, wait, you can't... Oh, you can't select the tile you just pushed out, though, which is that, isn't it? I just pushed these 2 out, so I would have to put this one in. If you're doubling up. Okie doke. Now you're right. In the future, we will get bonuses up here. And if after moving, I had like a foot up here. So if I'd lined up this bonus on the tile with this bonus up here, I would get some free movement. And that's true for pillars and castles as well. Advance you on tracks. The first person to get a bonus of each type gets double icons as well, which would be lovely. So you can get them, load the things, put those back at the start. And there's another thing that you can do later, that I don't know when we're going to get to this. As soon as someone gets 2 energy in the sections of the places that we really care about that are being constructed this game, as soon as you get 2 energy in there, you get this like favor token. And in future advancements, you have the option of completing the next stage of that monument without it needing to be full, which sounds powerful, but everyone who had a token there still gets all the bonuses from it. So if you aren't invested in that, it might not be a great thing to do, but it's an extra thing you can do on your advanced turn. So that's all of the stuff. That's the, at the moment, at the start of the game, a shorter thing to do, because you aren't triggering a load of these extra things yet. Later on, you're triggering more stuff. So now my recharge token isn't there. Over to the bot, draw a new card for them. Have they got 4 or more in their exhausted pool? Yes. Yes, they have. They've got a ton in there. Can't quite... Oh, I can move them down, can't I? Why don't I do this? That would make more sense. Hey, Michael, how's it going? Double action sounds really good. Is it the retail version? Yes. It's still got some fancy things, the retail version. It's got, like, metal stands for the monuments, and the monument pieces are cardboard with magnets inside. Like, these are all magnetized together. And the energy tokens are lovely clicky tokens. The fancy Kickstarter version comes with metal player boards, and when you deploy, when you want a token from the deploy section, they've got little springs that kind of fling the tokens out into, like, you need this kind of cardboard paddock that keeps them all in check. But yeah, I've seen them in some videos. I haven't got them, but yeah, they seem very fancy. But I'd just be pinging them all game. So yes, they've got 4 or more energy in their exhausted pool, so they want to advance. If that hadn't been true, they would do actions instead. So where's the solo rulebook? Let's make sure we've got all of this, the advanced turn correct. So when they perform an advanced turn, do these steps in order. According to the leftmost arrows, load the solo mat with energy from their board. So the pool with the least energy goes first. So that will be the action pool. That's the bottom arrow, because, you know, top, bottom. Oh, my rulebook is adjusting the focus. So it is going to put 1 energy in the action pool. When it puts energy in the action pool, it goes from bottom to top, the topmost being the wild, which it's got 1 of right now. Because you want the wilds on top because they can go in any of the spots, but they don't have a bonus when they come back. So it wants to put the worst thing in the action pool. Done. Then we move over to the deploy pool. It wants to put the best thing in the deploy pool, which is going to be its wild. Okay? Yeah, if it didn't have all of this, blah, 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 but it has, so ignore all of those what-ifs. Then, if its channel marker is charged, exhaust it to repeat that. But now you use the numbers over here. So it is going to put 2 more in the action pool, and it wants to put these magnet ones in there. 1, 2. That's its recharge action done. So we got to put, yeah, we both got to put 4 tiles in there. So it's filled up. Then it would get any benefits from conduit tokens. It has got one. So the cards have all got these lines here at the side, which line up with tokens that it might get later on. It starts with this one. So it gets a bonus of a movement. So it is going to move 1 space, and it always chooses right, which at the moment is going to take it to a dead end, but it's not really going to matter so much. It'll get to come back later. If it has a patron token, it will think about completing a stage of the monument, but it hasn't. So there we go. There's its recharge turn. So next up is me, and it recommends that I advance again. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to change my mind and change the order of these 2 things. I've just thought that that would be better. So I am going to advance once more. Is that better? Nah, it's probably not. Nah, keep it how you want it to. I just don't want to do this claim action twice. It will move to deploy eventually. Yeah, leave it as it was. So I'm going to advance again because that's what the thing is telling me. So I'm going to advance with this one. Slide this in. I've only got 2 more energy, so I'm going to pop that in there. Oh, I can't fill that up, though. Are you sure you want to do that? No, I don't. I'm going to put that one in there, then, because I can't make the most out of it. Pop that one in there, then. That's the whole advancement thing. I'm done. But has he got 3 or more in his deploy pool? No. So he is going to take an advance action. So the deploy pool first, he wants to put the best thing. He's got no more wilds, so his other best thing is the compass. And this is defined, you can see, by his sprint personality. Then he's going to put 1 in his action pool. The worst one, he hasn't got any more magnets, so it's going to be the rose. His token isn't ready, so he can't do it again. So that's the end of his advanced turn. Because yet the conduit isn't lining up either. Doesn't get any conduit bonuses. Doesn't have a patron tile. Done. Back to me. And it recommends for turn 4, take actions, but leave 1 bottom row energy unspent for a future turn. What after that? I don't know. So we have some options. I can't do the movement action because I've left that empty. I can do this action, though. I can do the movement action because this lets me choose any of the other actions. So I want to claim. That would let me choose 1 from here. I can claim, and that would let me choose 1 from here. I am going to... None of them let me use this energy, do they? So this claim here would let me put either of these out, which is Magnet or Compass. Now, finishing that monument doesn't want either of those two out. So I can't do that. This would let me put this one out, which can be anything, but I haven't got my big my bonus yet. Until I put a bridge out, I haven't got my bonus for doing wild tokens. It'll be okay. Yeah, let's do the claim action, do the deploy action. So spend that, and I can put a token from here or here out onto the board. Wild can go anywhere, but you'll see that it doesn't get you as many benefits. Oh, I'll lose my wild though. No, don't do that. There is a lot to think about. I can do this to claim, but it's with these two. I kind of want to stake in everything in case it all kicks off. Let's deploy this here. Let's deploy this here just for later. Which one do I want to put it in? The magnet, I think. Yeah, because I can put it straight back in. I can claim. I have got 2 energy in here now. You could deploy using this action into the shop, and then you could claim and buy 2 tiles. And let's buy these 2 tiles, because then we are eligible for an achievement. I don't know if we should do it early on, but that's something that we could afford. It's more spaces as well to charge more energy. So I'm going to spend them to get these. And what would I like to swap out? I would like to swap out this one definitely. And I think this one. Because you can swap these out as well, but you exhaust the energy that was in them. Because this can go straight back in. If I swap this one for this one, I'm not getting any more slots. Whereas this is getting me more slots. And as we get more energy, we can hopefully be doing more things. So I think that's what I'm going to go for. I'll just check with the achievements. Yeah, I have got... In a future deploy, I can deploy here. The downside is, I don't know which token I'm going to be putting a lot of on the board. I suppose whatever I get the achievement with, that's the one we're going to be doing a lot of and the one I want to finish the most. He is probably going to finish the beacon, isn't he, on his turn? So I've still got... I can claim or I can move tokens about. I think I'm fine with how they're staying at the moment, because I do want that to be completed. I'm going to leave that. Oh, it does say leave 1 bottom row energy unspent for a future turn. So there we go. I have followed your instructions. Okay, the bot's still got cards, so we are going to go through them. Are his conduit tiles giving him 3 or more movement? No, he's getting 1 movement. So if he was getting a load of movement, he would advance. He's not, though, so he's going to do actions. And he's got a lot of stuff he can do with actions. So first of all, he wants to get his best tokens back in, so he will spend this to move twice. So you move. When you move into a dead end like this, which is a dead end because there's no bridge, you automatically turn the other way around and bounce 1 back for free. So 2, he comes up to there. And he's facing the bridge there. So he's gone a bit of a longer way, but he just always chooses right to keep things simple. So that was his movement. Then he's going to deploy twice, spending that to trigger the action, and now we're going to deploy. So absent is monuments that he is not a part of, following his priority, I think. Oh, actually, he might not go on because the beacon is his lowest priority. So let's have a look. Deploy absent monuments. So select the uppermost absent monument. He's on this one. He isn't on this one. So he is going to deploy to that. For his deploy pool, select one energy, wild if possible, then uppermost. He has got a wild. So a wild is going to go out over here. And if he has a choice of spaces to cover, he wants to cover the worst one first. So he is going to be covering the magnet space with his token. So we'll place one in there. Then repeat steps 1 and 2 until he has either placed the last energy allowed by the action, or he isn't. There are no absent monuments. So he is absent from this monument. But he can't place it in there, can he? What a silly boy. Is he allowed to just place where he wants? Is he allowed to ignore the requirements? Yeah, the only space available here is a rose, and he hasn't got one. So I would say from that he doesn't get to do it. You reckon? The last energy allowed by the action has selected each absent section once, or no absent sections remain. Well, absent sections remain, but you haven't... You haven't got the tile to go in there, I think. Unless I'm wrong on this, I don't think he gets to put one in there. So he's only put one energy in so far, and he wants 2 from the action. So he moved from absent to the tile pool. He wants to put the worst thing in the tile pool. Yep. Which is this one. Pop that in the tile pool. He's done 2 deploys. We go down to claim. Oh, I haven't refreshed the shop from when I bought stuff. Icons are all coming out now. So for claiming, will he claim if he's only got one thing? Yes. Oh, and when I bought, there was nothing in here, was there? No, he's just put that in there. Because he would have got to put an extra one in there too. So he is going to buy this tile. There's nothing to think about because there's only one tile there. So he buys that. These all slide along. He gets 1 new card in his deck at the bottom of the discard pile. I don't have any energy in there to get interest. Yep. That's the only one that he could choose anyway. Oh, and he needed to spend an action token for that. Next up is, can he do his recharge? Yes. Spends a action token, refreshes that. Done. He's got no more action energy left, so he can't do in there. Am I outplaying him? I'm not sure. He's a bit of an ambi-turner, isn't he? He flits about. Okay, so I'm going to need to advance. Because I can't claim right now. I could claim myself the turn after, if I only want to do like one thing. So I think we're going to advance with this. I should maybe have gotten this recharged so I could advance twice in one go. And let's fill it with stuff. I haven't got any more wilds just yet. Let's... If I'd moved, I could have unlocked an energy. Maybe I should have done that. Let's give us a variety. So these spaces right now want roses. So you definitely want to make sure you've got... Oh, there's one there as well. Might be a compass later. And then put something I'm not as bothered about. Magnet right now. Yeah, do that. So that's my advanced turn. I've got no bonus tiles or anything just yet. So it's bot again. My short advanced turn. Has he got 3 or more in his action pool? No, so he's going to advance. So starting with action where he's got the fewest, he is going to put the worst thing in there, which is this. Then in deploy, he's going to put the best thing, which is his wild, then a compass. He has got this recharge, so he's going to advance again, starting with action, worst thing, deploy, best thing. Does he get to... I feel like if he's doing this all the time, does he get to ignore what the monument needs? I don't think it says it, but it feels like he should ignore it, right? I'm going to check this. Where's my mouse? Wonder if anyone's asked that, or if I'm just not reading a bit of it. Maybe I've lost it in a step. No. Nobody has asked that. The uppermost type possible. I would just say there wasn't a possible one. So that's it then. He's advanced twice again. The arrows don't line up with his conduit thing, so we can move on to me. Do I want to advance? Or we could claim here and get that completed just by myself. Like, if I just do it... If I do it all myself, it's freezing him out of some bonuses, I think. Let's do it. So we're seeing a monument as early as possible. I'll have an action turn, but I'm just going to do one action. I'm going to do this. Deploy this out to the monument. Now we stand this one up as the one that's completing the monument because it's important. That's the end of my action turn. And then there's a few things that we need to do. So when a monument section is completed, starting with the first contributing player in clockwise order from the completing player, you can choose the bonus that's on the section itself, which is get some more energy, or do this. And then you can exhaust or optionally activate each of your energy that's in there. So I'm the only person that gets a choice in this. So I am going to choose the bridge one because that's what it wants me to do. And it unlocks a pretty good ability for me too. So where do I want the bridge? I can replace basic ones with my ability instead, but I think I'm going to pop it over here. So I'm in both of those sections, even if my person isn't, and I can move across that bridge over there if I want to now. So I'm going to pop that there, and I've unlocked an ability now that is... it'll be more apparent when we bring these back. So this one I can't bring back, but these I can. So a compass one, when this is activated, I can put it on another monument or in the tile pool or in the achievements section. So I can score that achievement right now if I want to. Or there's no other monument that wants it. Do we want tile pool? Do we want achievements? I think we want tile pool. I would really like to unlock these two, but I think unlocking the bridge token is going to be important. The magnet can go straight into any empty slot in the active tiles. So I think that is going to go... over here. Oh, do you know what you should have done? Spend this to recharge that in your action phase as well. Okay, so that's all of those. The one that completed it, I have to put this in that monument's area, and the completed thing, this isn't going to be as impressive from a bird's eye view, the completed thing gets put on the frame. It's magnetized. So that's one bit of the first monument completed. So now we have new costs available, different rewards. See, the second section, I can only unlock one. I could have unlocked 2 more energy from here. At least I've stopped him from doing it, but I had to do it all myself. So I have lost an energy, and I didn't unlock a new one. So we're probably going to want to get moving at some point. But I'm way away from that, I think. And then if there are more monument sections, because I could have, if any of these had needed a compass, I could have put my compass straight onto them and made another one trigger instead, as well, and just kept chaining them. So I think that is it for monument section completion. That's an extra bit you check for at the end of your turn. So now we go to the bot's final card, and then we'll have to do some refiddling with his deck. So has he got 4 or more in his exhausted pool? Yes, he is going to advance. So starting with the action pool, worst thing goes in there. Then best thing goes in the action pool, which would be the rose, the deploy pool, I mean. Is this ready? No, so he doesn't do it. Conduit, he can move, so he gets to move 1 spot. He has moved over a bridge bonus. He ignores what it actually is. When he takes bonuses on his turn, because he might do loads if he's doing actions that are triggering him, we put the start player marker where it says on his character's card. So we put it on here, and that's going to be the bonus that he gets. So this is get a conduit token here. Let me get all of the steps for this. He's going to get a card from this as well, I think. So gain a conduit token from the supply and the bot card that's underneath its stack if it's available. Select in the following ranked order. The token with 2 icons, both of them. Card with a bot card, the uppermost conduit token. Oh yeah, the one he cares about the most. Moving. So he gets the double foot token and the card that was underneath it at the bottom of his discard pile. He has got loads of upgraded cards now, hasn't he? Conduit token on the uppermost empty slot. And bot card at the bottom of the discard pile. Done. So that was a bonus that he got from moving from his conduit token. Yeah, his conduit bonuses from taking an advanced turn. I want to do an advanced turn. I am going to pop this one in here. I need to try and get conduit tokens. I can get one. I can get conduit tokens from... Where is it? Oh, it's this one. This monument's alternative bonuses get conduit tokens. So slide that in, and I'll fill it up with... I haven't unlocked any more wilds or anything, have I? Where's my wild? Here. So I want to get that completed as a matter of urgency. But I want... Yeah. That one there. No, this one just came out, didn't it? It must be, because these are newly bought. No, you add it in there. Okay, so then this one, slide in there, and we'll put in... You haven't got any magnets at the top, so you should probably rectify that. And then you guys can go up there. I've got no conduit tokens for any bonuses just yet, so that's it for me. So then the boss has run out of cards, so he is going to shuffle, but he's going to get rid of some weaker cards as well. So at the start of his turn, he gets rid of that start play token. If the bot deck is empty, locate the top 2 cards numbered 1 to 6. These are the ones he started with. And put them back in the box. Then shuffle. If you're playing on hard or expert difficulty, I'm playing on normal, he would remove 4 instead. So shuffle them back, and then he's going to act as normal. So what's he added? He's bought 3 tiles and 1 conduit one. So he's got 4 better cards, and he's got rid of 2 out of 6 starter cards. So he might be a bit fearsome now. Although he didn't get involved in building that monument at all, did he? Missed out there. So next up, he is going to check if he's got 3 or more movement from conduit tiles. He has. They're both triggering. So yes, he is going to advance. So starting with the action pool, he's putting 1 in it, the worst thing. Then his deploy pool, he's putting 2 things in it, the best things. This isn't ready, so he doesn't do that. Movement from his conduit tiles, he always chooses right. So 1, 2, 3. He's going to be turning back on himself for a while, isn't he? But he can't be getting these bonuses all the time, I guess. So he's getting a bonus. This bonus is... he's going to upgrade an action tile. Now, I can upgrade the specific things, and you've got a choice of 2 different ways it can upgrade. There's only 1 of each in the game, though. So he is getting that bonus. I'm going along that bridge. Get an upgraded action tile from the supply. Select them in the following order. An action on a bot card that still has 2 tokens remaining. Yes. Select according to the depicted row, which was the upper one. In his order of preference, according to his character card. 4, then 1, then 2, then 3. So he is going to go for the movement one on the top. So he takes this one. If I'd taken this, instead of it just being 2 character movement or 1 of the other types, it's a choice of 3 character movement or 2 castle and 1 pillar movement up these tracks. The other one is flips those around. It's 3 character, 1 castle, 2 pillar. So he takes that. Lost my thing. Then blah, blah. He can't upgrade that. He can't get the other upgrade token of that type again. And he gets the card that was underneath at the bottom of his discard pile. And that's the end of his turn. Now, we leave this on here because if I complete a monument, he might get... like, if he gets another bonus in the future, he moves to the next one along clockwise. And if he can't get a bonus, if it doesn't apply, he skips it and goes to the next one. To stop him repeating the same bonuses all the time. The endgame trigger is completing the monuments, which right now feels like this is going to be a 6-hour stream. But it's not. It's not. We'll get tokens that will advance them as well. Okay, so my turn. I think I'm going to advance. I spent that, didn't I, to advance twice last time. I'm going to advance 1 more time so I can trigger some more actions. I'm going to advance with this. Although it's tempting to... I would only be able to put a magnet out, and neither of these want magnets. So no, I'm going to advance. So we'll advance. Oh, but you've only got 1 energy though. Yeah, but a magnet could go on here. Why can't he complete some things for a change? That's all I'd get to do though. I could move some things around, but not really very much. What are you coming from? A magnet space. So I could claim and move that. I could redeploy. Move that over there to finish it and then put the magnet out. But I don't want my wild to finish a monument and be stuck out. Yeah, we'll redeploy, and that just means that I get to do that, I guess. But I'm going to lose out on this token. I'm being inefficient here. I'm not liking the way it's going for me. So we remove that from him. Has he got 3 or more in his action pool? Yes. So he's going to do stuff. He wants to do 2 deployments. So spends that to trigger the action. His first deployment is in the tile pool. So he wants to put the worst thing out in the tile pool. Then, can he complete a monument? Yes. He has got roses this time as well. So yes, he can complete one. From his deploy pool, select and place energy such as to complete the uppermost incomplete monument section possible. So that is going to be this one here. That's his favourite. It needs a rose to be finished. So he's going to pop that there. At the end of his turn, that will resolve. So he's placed 2 things. We move to the next one. A single deployment. In the tile pool, please. There we go. Next, he wants to claim. So he can claim 1 thing, I think. So which one does he want the most? The highest number of tiles possible. The tile that makes him qualify for the highest number. Oh, when he bought that tile, he should have gone there, shouldn't he? And been eligible for the achievement. But he hasn't. His priority hasn't been to deploy onto achievements yet. He is going to tile that makes him acquire for the highest number of achievements that have an empty available space. It's probably going to be this one then, isn't it? Because he's nearly eligible for the pillar achievements. That's not the one I'm eligible for, so that's okay. So he gets another upgraded card. He's spending just 1 energy to buy that. I can put an energy in, but I haven't got an energy. I can't take one from something that's ready to put in there. I could take this energy to put in the pool instead, but I don't want to do that. So we're just going to have to ignore that free interest. He gets to buy that. He's had his card. He gets to move along that track. He is now eligible for that achievement too. And there's no more tiles left. So that was his claim action. Which he needed to do another one of these. Then can he recharge? Yes. And that's his final action. He's got no more action energy left. For me. Oh no, not for me. Because starting with me, I can have 2 energy unlocked or a conduit. I want 2 energy unlocked. So that's going to be a magnet and a rose. Because that's what it says on that tile there. They go into there. And the rose one, when it comes back, where's my menu? You can either move your character or go up this track 2 spaces. I am going to move my character 2 spaces to go 1, 2 to move over the bridge and unlock anything. Now, if I unlock the other rose or magnet, I get a free recharge. But I'm going to go for the wild because wilds are good for me. Okay, so that was me coming back. I picked my bonus. I did my thing. That's it. For him, wait a section completion. During step 1, as the completing player or contributing player, instead of gaining energy or the benefit, he gains a section's bonuses depicted on the active bot card. Oh, does that mean the bonuses I've been giving him? Yeah. So instead of choosing from one of those things, he chooses this instead, which is claim this tile without paying for it. Does he get 2 movements for buying that tile? Yeah, for each icon. So he's now eligible for the achievement that I am eligible for. So he gets that for free. That's what that icon is. That's what I've put down there. It's soon going to be useless, isn't it? Because he's just been buying them the whole time. So he's done that. He gets a new card as well for getting one of them for free. So that was the bonus from completing the monuments. Gains these bonuses before activating energy. And then he activates... He wants to put his uppermost energy type to bind. Okay, so that one. And then this one's going to come back and... So he's not activating a wild. And when he activates his rose, he moves 2 with his best kind of movement, which is +1 now. So he actually moves 1, moves him back straight away. Wait a minute. How's he ever going to come out of here? Oh yeah, because he'll choose right. 1, 2, 3. Turns him around and puts him back out. Next he'll choose right and come back out again. Yeah. I get how things work now. So that's that. And we have done the first stage of this monument. Which I think is that one there. It's the front of a furnace. Yeah. Yeah, because he could get bonus tiles if he was activating a load of bonuses. Unlock more of these. So that's that. That's it for his turn then. Back to me. I would like to claim or deploy... So I can deploy from here or here. I'm going to deploy the rose there and make that kick off. Take back out. We did have a take back one of the times I advanced, and then I took back the take back. So we've had one double take back. So I don't know if that just cancels it out. This is going to get pushed off in the next advance, though. And then we can do another deploy. So I should add more rows to put on there. Because I'd like to claim the achievement before he does. But I can only claim it with compasses. Oh, I'm going to deploy to... You don't need a compass. You need a compass. I'm going to deploy to there. And then I'm going to switcheroo. Are you going to switcheroo? I could put the compass up there because he might claim it. If we're both eligible for it, he'll claim it. Claim it. So I'm going to get 2 points for every compass I've put on the board. At the moment, I have just put a rose, and I'm going to put another rose in a minute. We'll see. I've got at least 2 points there, but I've lost another energy. So that's everything that I can do. Completed a monument. So he is going to get... Oh, he's going to put a bridge token out, isn't he? Because he's getting a bonus again. He gets the next one along. So place a bridge token. Take the bot's highest tier bridge token. I have to put them 1 to 3. He puts them 3 to 1. From the character board, place it onto an empty broken path space on the game board as few steps forward from the bot's character as possible. So where he's going right now, 1, 2, 3, he's going to go down here and go right. So there is the fewest spaces away. Although, unfortunately for him, he's just turned away from where he's putting it. I think that's the fewest. If you just choose to turn right every time, that's the closest. That's the next one he'll come to. Yep. He does that, and he's also going to get a token. Oh, there we go. Take an exhaust. One or two of the bot's energy from the reserve in the following ranked order. 1 wild energy. There we go. He's just getting one thing. It's a wild. So he's taken that as his bonus. And then the wild comes back. Now, wilds for a player normally don't give you a bonus when they come back. But the bot might break that. It may have a unique ability based on his board. Yes, it does. So when his wild energy is activated, exhaust it and move his character 2 spaces, which is increased by 1 because of this. So 1, 2, 3. He's gone over another bridge tile. That's a bonus again. So his next bonus is getting a new conduit. His priority is pillars, so he's getting the double pillar, and it goes into the next space along. Yep. And that's it for him. So for me, I am going to choose to put this one out. And I will bring this one back because I get something special. So when one of your wild energy is activated, you can activate it as the type of its space. Usually when wild comes back, you get to do nothing because you got to put it anywhere because it's wild. If it's activated as a compass, it's still considered wild where you put it somewhere else as well. So it's a magnet, which means it can go straight out onto my board, doesn't it? I'm going to put it there. Okay. So I've gone there. I get to put the first section of this mystical portal out. Put it out. So I'm never going to see that tile again now. Oh, and I need to choose a bonus as well. Do I want to unlock these 2 things or get an upgraded action tile? I want to unlock 2 more energy. So it's going to be the compass and the rose. Unlocking the rose activates my advance thing. Boom. Done. And that was the end of my turn, wasn't it? So his turn, we go to his new card. Has he got 3 or more in the deploy pool? Yes, but I think whenever we would be going to the action step and he's got nothing in the action pool, he advances. He's not that stupid. Yeah, if he has 0 energy in the action pool, he always takes an advance pool. If he's got nothing in his exhausted pool, he will always do an action turn. He won't advance if he's got nothing to do that. So since he's got nothing in the action pool, he is going to advance. So starting with the action, he wants the worst thing, which is that, and then 1 from his best thing, which is his wild, in there. His token is active, so he's going to flip it and put another 1 in there and 1 in there. He's getting his wilds now. And that's... Oh, no, conduit. He has got 2 movement plus 1, 3 movement on the board, which is going to be 1, 2, 3. And that gives him a bonus, which is going to be unlock 2 things. So he wants his wild and then his best thing. They get taken and exhausted. And he gets 2 pillars. So which token does he take to start putting in those... his worst thing, I would imagine. Yeah. When placing energy, select the uppermost type. Oh yeah, because they're going to end up out on the board, so he wants the best thing. So, not the wilds. The uppermost available is the compass. So he wants a compass in the pillar section, 1, 2 steps. So we'll have that ready to go out in the future. And he'll bind energy if possible. They're not at the top yet. So he's going to put that in a pillar space where he is in the future if that gets to the top. Okay, so he's had his conduit bonuses. That's it then. So it's back over to me. I'm going to have to advance. Should I advance twice? I think I'm just going to advance once. So this energy is going to get wasted and exhausted, unfortunately, but I have nothing left in the action section. And let's just top this up twice. We're just going to deploy twice next time. I can only claim with the other thing. Actually, maybe that wouldn't be a bad thing. Do this one in first. And fill it up. And then put this one in. But by spending the action tokens all the time, I'm not, like, letting them redeploy, am I? Yeah, we'll do that. So you used that token. That got exhausted because you didn't spend it. And that's where we are with that now. I did an activate turn. I've got no conduit things still. So we're back over to the bot. Has he got 3 or more in his deploy pool? Yes. So he is going to do actions. First of all, can he refresh this? Yes. So he'll do that. Next, he is going to do 2 deploys, starting with the achievement section. And he is eligible for 3 achievements, but I've taken one of them. So which one does he choose of the ones remaining? The one that we both qualify for, the lowermost achievement which he qualifies for. So he is going to put an energy of the uppermost type available, not already bound to an achievement. And he'll only do wild if nothing else is possible. So he wants to put this in the lowermost one available. So he's going to get 2 points for every compass he's put out onto the board, which is already 1. Like, bound to the board, not in the tile pool area. And he's got no more... Oh, no, it was 2 deploys, so he's done achievements. Then, can he complete a monument? No. Uppermost, can he put something in the monument he cares the most about? He's got wilds, so yes. When he's got a wild to place, he chooses the type of the lowermost possible, so a magnet space. Put that in there. He's deployed 2 things. Can't do any more actions, so that's going to end his action turn. At least he's been limited in a bit of a similar way to me, actually, hasn't he? So then, I wanted to deploy twice. I think I'm going to stick to that. I definitely want to deploy my wild. Yeah, I'm going to deploy that out, and I'll get a nice little bonus from it as well if I bind the compass to the board. I don't have to bind the last one that I put down, do I? Because he's got a choice. Yeah, any one doesn't have to be the last one that you placed. Yeah, so I'll do that. Deploying again. Oh, I can claim, can't I? Oh yeah, if you deploy this there, you could then claim this tile. I know, you got this one upside down, you fool. Hasn't mattered yet. Is this a starting one? It's not going to come out for ages if you replace that one, though. That will exhaust the energy from it. Oh. We're going to have to advance loads anyway after this. Yeah, swap that one out. It's unfortunate that it's going to exhaust something. But yeah. Need to do something about it. Right. And now I'm eligible for this. If I could get in first. Okay. So that's all of my actions. I had to spend that. And then he gets to put an extra thing in from an exhausted section like I would. Then we need to resolve this. So he is getting a bonus. And it's going to be... Let's move up one of his achievement tracks. Corresponding track according to the depicted bonus. Oh yeah, these ones. Okay. Ones that aren't tied to the getting the tiles. And get a token. So it's the token of the uppermost type. So he gets this in his exhausted section. And for activating his wild energy, it gets exhausted and he moves 2 spaces. So 1, 2, 3. Gets another bonus. Moves 3 up here. 1, 2. Does he get to do that right away? He can place it into any region regardless of where his character and bridge is. Okay, when binding an energy from the track, a region where I am or my bridge tokens, then a region with a monument in use, he's going to put this in here. And then he's got one more movement, hasn't he? He wants the uppermost type. So it's another compass he wants in there. Oh yeah, because you get points for binding things in it. So that's one more movement on that. So that's from bringing his wild back. Then for me, I'm going to bind this one. And then my wild can come back. And I can pretend it was a rose, because that's where it was. So the rose gives me 2 movements on any of the tracks or anything. I could just move my character. I can't turn back. You're facing like a particular way. I could move 3 up the pillar track. I'm in a different section then, but that's better than just 2, isn't it? And I want compasses out there. So 1, 2, 3. So I might be ready to put a compass out on me board soon as well. And then we build this. A bit too magnetized. So it makes a little... Is it that way around? It's like a little side wall. You can see like the roof and stuff coming in. I don't know if you can see the pieces bending. There you go, you can see it a bit better from that side. Yeah. That's that resolved. Did you get your bonus as well? You can have a wild token or a conduit. Oh, that's... I want a wild and that would give me a refresh. But a conduit token could be giving me loads of movement. I'm going to say I'm feeling like I'm saying conduit token. If I took the castle, I could have 2 castles. Just give us a refresh on my conduit tokens. I have to line them up. I'm going to go for the castle because it's the double one that's there. And I'm going to put it there. So next time I advance, I will get to move 3 up this castle track, which would be quite nice. Could also have done that if I'd just got one more pillar there. Just to get the pillars out, but I need to... Maybe that's better. Because I can put them where there's a bridge as well. Yeah, and it's stopping him getting the double that's letting him do a lot. I want the pillar really, but I'll leave it at that. So that was the bonus from the thing. Back to him. Is there 3 or more in the action pool? No. So he's going to advance. So he gets 1 in the action pool, which is going to be the worst thing. 2 in the deploy, which are the best thing. He's got his recharge. So he is gonna put 2 more in the action and 1 more in the deploy. Do any conduits line up? Yes. 2 movement. So that's going to be 1, 2. He's just going to loop around here forever. Three, because he skips over me whenever he gets the chance. He gets 2 bonuses. Where's the first player marker? You've left it on a previous card. So first of all, he gets an action token. So he wants number 1 next, and it's going to be the top one. So whenever he deploys an extra 1 now. And he gets the card. Second bonus, he gets a conduit tile. So it's going to be pillars, because there's no doubles left. He gets the action card from it. It goes in there. Does that trigger now? I'm going to say no. Maybe it should. So he's had his movement, and then he gets 2 pillar move. So it's actually increased, isn't it? So it should go 3, and he's going to put it out. It's pillar, so it has to be somewhere I am. Is he going to get ahead of me and put it where I am? Where my character or bridge is present. Yeah. Then one with a monument in use, then the central region, then the region closest to the top of the board in a clockwise direction. So there clockwise. So he'll put it here because I've got a bridge here. That's the first one clockwise from the top, right? So lucky with that. And that's it. That was his advance. I need to advance. So I think I'm going to put this out. And load it up. I want wilds in the top. Don't much care what's in the bottom just yet. I do want a bit of variety, but I've got the wilds. And then this lines up so I can have 3 castle. 1, 2, 3. Then that's it for my advancing, isn't it? Orion. Has he got 3 in his action pool? Yes. So he is going to deploy and recharge. Here's his upgraded cards. So deploy twice because of this. So first of all, can he complete a monument? No one's in any monument. So no. Then achievements that he's eligible for. He'll go here. So he deploys the best thing, doesn't he? Not his wilds. That's not present, I think. The uppermost type available that's not already on an achievement, and a wild only if no other type is possible. So he's going to put that there because he's eligible for that achievement. Okay. I'm eligible for this one. I've got one of each of my types. Maybe I need to get on that. Right. So that's one deploy. Second deploy, he is going to put the worst thing, which in this case is a compass, in the tile pool. So that's two. We come back out. He's going to deploy again, twice. Can't complete a thing. Is not eligible for any achievements. So he's going to put one in the tile pool. And then the next on something he's absent from, starting with his favourite. So he puts it in the worst space with a wild. So there. Then he is going to do a claim or reposition. Take a claim action if possible, otherwise take a reposition action. So he can do a claim action. He has got a card to gain. So he buys this for one. He goes two up that track, but he's basically stopping me from buying any more, I suppose. And he's got another better card. He's got no more action tokens, so that's going to be it for him. Done. Okay, I am going to have to advance again. So let's get this one in. Also, so this is available. And we will just pop them in for now. Well, I want compasses out on the board though, don't I? But I also want, maybe I'll choose flowers at some point for that achievement if I get it out. And then nothing lines up, so I don't get any bonuses. Bot, can he get 3 or more movement from advancing? Yes, so he is going to advance. So starting with the action pool, 2 and 1. This is ready, so he gets 1 and 2. Then he gets 3, 4 movements with his guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's just going to go down that path forever, isn't he now? Maybe that's the idea, though. Because he's just getting bonuses, isn't he? He just wants the nearest bridge token. And if he needs to make a choice, he goes right. So he's had a bonus. So it's going to be advance on this. So he's eligible for that one now, but I'm miles away from that. And get something. So he wants one of these. And is exhausted. And that was his advance turn. Next. I could only do 2 things on my turn. Let's advance once again. So we can get a load of energy built up on it. Nothing lines up just yet. So it's over to him again. Yes, bonus is a lot easier than me, doesn't he? Has he got 4 or more? No, yeah, 4 or more in his exhausted pool? No. So he does actions. So first of all, move twice, 3 times, his character. 1, 2, 3. I'm making this easier for him, aren't I? 2 bonuses. Move twice and recharge. 1, 2, 3. Claim the first most thing. He can't do that, so he skips to the next one. Claim 2 tiles. That gives him his recharge as well, but he can't have it again. And then his third thing, place a bridge in the nearest space. Be that one then, won't it? And unlock a tile. He's unlocked all of his tiles. Okay, that was moving twice. Next, recharge, he's already done it. Deploy twice. Can he complete a monument? No. Monuments that he's absent from. So, first up, that's going to be here. So he wants to put the uppermost thing, I think. Uppermost section. Wild if possible, otherwise spend the uppermost. So he wants to spend a while and put it in the worst place there. And then he's only done 1 deploy out of 3. So he keeps going in absent until he's in all of them. So over here, takes a wild, puts it in the worst space. He's done with absent, he's placed 2 out of 3 things. Then uppermost, he's going to put something else in here. He'll choose wild if he can, and then go uppermost, he can put the rose in here. Okay, that's his deploys done. Finally, he's going to move 3 times again. It's the closest one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. This one. 1, 2, 3 movement. And he gets a bonus again, which is going to be a conduit tile, which is going to be this one, so he gets the card. He's got a lot of them. Whoop. Okay then. So I haven't really got the energy to keep going with more advancing, so I suppose we should take some actions. If I deploy a wild to there, I've got to put it out on the board. It's got to be marbles. Maybe I'm not going to be involved in the... I want to be, because he'll get this. I should have put that on top. Alright, imagine you're better at the game than you are. Say you did that. So we don't get stuck for 20 minutes. Put that on a monument. Deploy the wild to a monument. I kind of want to put more bridges down. You could just be deploying something to the achievement. But no, we'll do that. I can't deploy anymore because there's nothing up here. Do I want to... I can't claim. Do I want to move stuff about? I could move one of them to the achievement I'm eligible for. But no, I'm not going to. So, he gets the bonus of the space, which is going to be move. And off here, 2, 3. So he's had 2 bonuses and get his recharge. Can't have a claim tile, so he skips to this. Can't unlock that, so he puts a bridge tile down and unlocks something. The last bridge tile, the nearest space that hasn't got one. Guess this one? But he's not going to go to it, is he? And then get another one of these tiles, but he can't. So he skips to moving. This card can't really give him a lot, can it? 1, 2, 3. So he moves to the next one, which is put a bridge tile out. It just widged round till he keeps moving forever. So we'll just stop him getting bonuses there. Bringing his stuff back. His wild lets him move 3 spaces. His rose lets him move 2 spaces with its uppermost type of movement. 3. But I would say it probably wants to do something else instead. It's kind of locked on this path. Because the closest bridge is always going to be these ones, I think. The way they've gone out. And then I put that there. But I've then got this. So when I advance, I can make that segment auto-complete. And I can choose a compass piece or a conduit tile. I think conduit tile. And I'm going to say pillar there. Not going to trigger that many times though, is it? Right. Okay. So that was the monument resolved. Now it's his turn again. So we need to remove the topmost 2 that are 1 to 6. He's going to be advancing into. He's not got anything in his action pool. So 1 monument is 1 away from being built, but these 2 monuments, only 1 stage has been built of each. So he is... Has he got 4 more in his exhausted pool? Yes. So he's going to advance, which means 2 in the bottom, 2 in the top. He's got his token, so that's 2 more in the bottom and 1 more in the top. And then all of the conduits happen. Oh, don't do this to me. So 3 movements is 2 bonuses. 2 on here, which is up by 1. And then move along this bit and unlock something, which he can't. Then 2 movement, which gives him 1 bonus. Move 2 up here. So he puts this out in the castle space. The monument has the fewest energy. The monument he cares about the least. Fewest energy is both of these. Cares about the least is the beacon. The lowermost on this track, because of the highmost, I guess he'll have more of a chance of being in. Then 5 on this. I know he's got 1 more on magic, hasn't he, from doing this. So he can't have these because he hasn't got any stuff left. Will he take an energy from somewhere? If he doesn't have an exhausted energy to place, he gains an energy from his uppermost type. And a wild if possible. If no other type is available. But what if he hasn't got anything? Did you not get to do any more? Or would he exhaust these that are sitting around in the pool? That's what he needs to do, actions, doesn't he, to move them out of there? What if he's got nothing left to gain? If it's a bonus, he would just skip it. He's missing out on a lot of pillar stuff there, but that's just going to be the way it goes. Then magic, 2 more, and that's it, because he's got no more energy. Right. That was all of that, I think. Me. So if I have an action turn, it'll be a waste. So we're going to have an advanced turn. So we're going to do this. And we'll put out a bit of a variety. And then I can have 3 pillar. So 1. I'm going to be in the same situation. Put out on the pillar where I am. And I can't have 2-3 because I haven't got energy anywhere. I suppose I kind of want to keep these tracks going up. But if you knew that, I haven't got a compass to put out there because I've kind of put all my compasses out there. You could have, like, done this tile instead. I want to do magic because I've got the conduit tile. But then you would have a leftover one for 2 more moves. Just saying. I need to get somewhere else for a pillar, don't I? Nearly another advancement and I'd be able to go over there. So I've also got this. So I can, just skip building a pillar, building a monument. You can only have 1 monument patron token. At the end of a turn when you advance, if you possess a monument patron token, you can construct the topmost available section of any monument. Each player with at least 1 energy present gets the bonuses still. So I could leave it for him to potentially complete. But yeah, I want to wait until at least I'm on it, don't I? I couldn't have deployed, though, the way it was. Yeah, we'll leave it. And I'll do it next time. Hopefully he won't deploy on it, but I bet he will. So has he got 3 or more in the deploy pool? Yes, he's got 5. So he's going to do actions. So first energy to refresh. Second energy to deploy 3 times. Starting with achievements. He is eligible for this one. So he deploys something that's not there. Magnet is not there. 1 deploy. Then complete. He could complete if he puts a rose in there, but I think he puts a wild if possible for his shenanigans. So he's completing that. That's the second one. Next, uppermost is going to be... we can't put a rose in there, so we can't do that. So then absent isn't true, so he's going to put another one here. These are kind of locked here because he's bought everything. That's his fault, though. He shouldn't have done that. Deploy again. He's not eligible for any achievement. He's got 2 deploys. Should normally have 1. So, can he complete something? No. Uppermost. Is that only consider his favourite? Or is it just... yeah, the uppermost one available. So would he put there, then? I'll say he'll put there. Now that's done. Finally, move 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So he gets a bonus, which is move up there. He's already done it, so he gets nothing from that. So he'll go pillars 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Oh, an extra one, 4. And he'll put this straight out. Somewhere where I am or have a bridge. No. A region with a monument in use this game. There. So I need to get to the middle. Ideally, which is a lot of spaces away. 6 spaces. Yeah, it's 6 spaces away. Getting back to the middle. That's the only available pillar space now. I know there's one there as well. 3 spaces to get there. Okay, we need to think about moving them, which I'll need to do advance. I'm going to deploy there. And I'm going to deploy one of these two. There. So I've already got 2 roses out on the board. Yes. I don't want to buy a tile that doesn't exist. I don't want to rearrange things, I don't think. Oh no, at the end of his turn, this should have resolved. Oh. So bonus. He can't gain that, so he can't gain that, so he would get this. It would be number 2. And the top one. Claim number 1. Oh, when he claims more. Well, it's too late, he's bought them all. But he gets the card. Not any of these extra things ever. Then, so that was his bonus from that, and then he'd get to move 3 spaces. 1 bonus. Up this 3. And this goes out onto the board. Because they were both wild, he has to put one out. I get to bring this back. Oh, it's a magnet, so I can put it straight out somewhere. Let's put it here. Okay. And that would... Oh, and I'd get to choose. Unlock a rose, which I can't. Or put a bridge tile down. I'll put a bridge tile down. So I could choose this bridge tile. Go up 2 on your castle or pillar track. I can't really. If I replace this bonus, I'm in those 2 places now. There we go. I can replace the neutral ones. And then we could just put a pillar out as soon as that's up, which is going to take a little bit of a while. Right. And this gets built. You can kind of see that slightly. Then, yeah, I don't want to just rearrange these things. So that's it for my turn, isn't it? I forgot to resolve his thing. His turn. Has he got 3 or more in the deploy pool? No. So he's going to advance. 2 go in the... He's hasn't got a lot of stuff left, though. It's all here. So he puts 1 in the action pool, 2 in the deploy pool. That is ready, but he's got no tokens left. Does he ever grab them back? Oh, thanks, James. I think we're more than halfway towards building it. And it's happening faster now. I hope. Yeah. Because he would do this, and having no energy, he would get a tile instead, but he can't get any more tiles. So I guess he'll leave that. And then he moves twice. Moves over a bridge token, so gets a bonus. Can't have a free thing, can't unlock anything, can't have a thing, can't put a bridge tile out, can't move up that track, so he can't have any of them. Then 3 pillars. 1, we'll put this out. Somewhere there is a monument, then central. So that's the last pillar space available. Go from 4 to 9 points for having 2 pillars out. Summer, he's going to get 50. How many has he done? 3. 4 pillars, that's 22 points. And then finally, 2 castle. 1. And then, well, where's he putting it? Where he can put it anyway. It's somewhere where there's a monument where he hasn't got something. So he's got one here, he's got one here, he's got one there. The lowermost monument. So it's going to be the beacon. He gets that. So now does he activate that? Do you have to have 3 or more energy? So he has to have 3 bound energy to it. So I think he gets the token for that. And then at the end of his advance turn, then he just builds that section, but nobody's done anything in it, so nobody gets any bonus. I want to advance. Yeah, I'm going to go there and there. I trigger the castle, so 3 castle. Oh, put stuff out. It's going to be there. Castle, 1. And I can put this out somewhere where I have clout. I am gonna you can't get another one, so there's no like great thing to have it there. I just want it out onto the board. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't have any more energy though. And then I'm going to use my thing to complete this. And I still get a bonus. So do I want to conduit? Oh, you do get 3 in the same area. You do get more points. So I guess it makes sense to put it over there. So again, this is unlocking. Oh, this is unlocking anything of your choice. So you do want to unlock stuff. So I think I'll take a wild. And then this counts as... It would have been better to put it on the magnet, wouldn't it? On the compass. I'll say it's the compass. And I will put this... I don't want to trigger that now and lose me wild. I'm going to put it on the magnet space there. So that's done with that monument. That slots in kind of like that. And that's because I've got this thing here. I could have got another conduit. We need to move first. Done. But has he got 4 or more in his exhausted pool? No. Nothing in his exhausted pool. He's put them all out onto the board or here. I don't know what happens if he never brings things out of here. So, it's action pool. He can't refresh that. He can deploy up to 3 times. Can't get any achievements. Can he put one in here? It never says don't. He's just never done the reposition action, has he? He would in the future, but he's got no actions to claim it. So he'll put... Is it the best thing in the best non-wild thing in the tile pool? Oh, the worst thing that he isn't already in there, which is magnet. Got all this wasted here. He did hoover all of those things up so quickly, though. And then can he complete something? Yes. And, oh, I didn't want to complete it and lose my wild, though. Without my involvement, this could be bad. So, that's all the actions he can do. That goes out there. He gets a bonus. Can't claim 2 things. Can get an action. Oh, he can deploy an extra as well. So, can he complete? He can complete here, too. So he's going to complete that in a minute. So these come back and he moves 3 each. And this gets built. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just helping him go around here. So he gets 2. Can't do a bridge. Can go up in there, but it doesn't really matter. Can't upgrade any of them. He's kind of had all the bonuses in the game, really. So that's that one that he just built. Then he's doing this. I can have a tile or put a bridge on. Now, bridge, if I've got 5 or more things connected to the bridge, I get 11 points. I couldn't put that in there, could I? When I was doing the magic, because I'm not in that place. It's going to have to be here. So I've got 3 things out of 5. Or this is... I forgot what my other one is. 2 points for each energy of a single type in the 2 adjacent regions. Whenever I move, I can go anywhere as well. That was my second bridge's benefit. What's my third bridge benefit? I haven't moved since I built it. Which could be an oversight. There's a lot going on. At the end of a turn, which you've entered a region, you can move 1 of your bound energy from any region to your current region. It remains bound. You can move energy to a pillar to and from these, and vice versa. Was it from the region you left? From any region to your current region. Okay. Let's build that there as my bonus. And this counts as a magnet then. So I can put it straight out somewhere. There. I'll do that by myself. Next turn, maybe. Right. And he gets a bonus from his board, which he can't get any anymore. This goes out here. And he builds this. There are 2 more monument layers to build, and then that's it. Done. Me. I want to put... Oh, no, I can't. I can deploy 2 things to it, but not all 3. I can deploy you there. I can deploy you there. But then here I can only put magnets out. Where else can I deploy to there? I don't want to deploy to there. I want to move. Alright, then that's it then for deploying. His turn. He's going to have to advance at least. And he's got the token to this, which he can't force anymore. He's got less than 3 in his action pool, so he's going to advance, putting 1 in there, 2 in there. And he's stuck, because all these are here. Then he's going to move 3 times and get a bonus. He can have 3 pillar. No, he's got no tokens. So 2 magic. He's got no tokens. So then, yeah, again, pillar, magic. He's got no tokens. I'm running low on him. So it comes back to me. I need to advance. So put that there. Put these 2 in here. Now do 1 and 1. Yeah, in case you get pillars or magic, keep that there. Right. Can't do that anymore. I've done no more icons there. So that's it for me. Has he got 3 or more movement if he advances? Yes. So he's going to advance, but he's got no token, so he won't advance. He'll do actions. So he will deploy twice because he's only got 2 tokens. 1 to there. Can't do to achievement. Can he complete something? Yes, because it's wild. So he's going to complete that. Unfortunately, got there before me. So, and I can only deploy once. I can move, though, which might help me. I can only move twice, though. And there's no bridge here. I'll put that bridge there, then. Can I get back in? Oh, I can teleport anywhere. Doesn't matter. I was hoping to get involved with a thing over here. So I can have Rose, which doesn't exist, or I can have a conduit token. Conduit there. And then these come back. Rose means I can move with each instance of movement. So it's going to be 2 movements. but I can teleport because of this. So I'm going to go in here, which lets me move a token from another place to this place. I say there. This can be treated like a compass and go on something else. Put there, because I guess I could redeploy it. And then this goes here. And he gets the first bonus that applies, which is move 1, 2, 3 and recharge. You just keep moving forever. Move 3, 2, 3 and recharge. Move 3, 1, 2, 3 and recharge. Move 1, 2, 3. Yeah, everything. I don't really know what happens with this. I've done something wrong somewhere, but hopefully in the first like half an hour you got the idea of the game. And then he puts that out. I can't do it, unfortunately. I'm so close. Okay, that's it for his actions. He's not going to be able to act next time. Let's advance. Three pillars. 1, 2. I can put that as a pillar up there. There are no more pillar spaces, so I don't think I want the third one. Yeah, that's all the pillar spaces gone. I've got a bridge there, so I'm allowed to build it up there. It's good you put all these bridges here. These pillars in. Right. Can't do any more with an advance. I should be able to build it next turn. He hasn't got 3 in his action pool, so he's got to advance. So what, he can put 1 in there, but he's got nothing in his deploy. Oh, then he would like work down to... It's not even an option on this card, though, to grab stuff from there. He's gained all of his energy. It's all stuck in here, and he's never taken the reposition action. It would have been really powerful for him to take the reposition action, but it's just never happened. So I genuinely don't know what he does. But the game's going to end anyway. So, yeah, he does an advanced turn, and then he's going to move 3, which is going to give him... He can't take advantage of any bonuses because he's had them all. So I am going to reposition. Put that there. And deploy. And put that there. And so I could repeat anything. I don't know what would help me, though. No, don't do it. So I will put... I don't know if wild counts as anything at the end for these. I think it's got to be the same. Got to put that out there. That's going to help from a bridge. This one can come back and go anywhere. I can claim anything, which gives me a recharge. That's in there. And is that it? Or does he get one more go? Until we've had the same number of turns. But I don't know what he can possibly do. The bot always takes the final turn. So on his turn, has he got 3 in the deploy pool? No, so he would advance. But he can't gain anything. He would move, but I don't think he can have any of these bonuses because he's got nothing in his exhaust pool to do this. He wants to do an action. Yeah, I'm gonna overrule you, and he does an action to redeploy. But where can these can't go anywhere anymore? There's no these could get put all on monuments. So if at any point it's just probably just bad luck of the way the cards came out. Yeah, he's got nothing to take advantage of there. It's over. He's got nothing on these tracks that he could be putting out. So endgame scoring. Let's see. I've put them in the... Oh, I've put them in the right sections. I've put the wrong letters. But, Tom. So, tracks where you've unlocked both of the tiles. He's done all 4 for 15 points. I have done 3 of the 4 for 10 points. Places where you have multiple tokens. 3 or more is 12. So I've got 12 here. Not the pillars, though. On the monuments. What is that? What's the other icon for? Energy you have bound to it. I don't know what that flame thing bit is. But I've got 3 or more here, so that's 12. 1 here is 3, 1 here is 3, so 18. Bot has 12 plus 7 is 19 plus 1 is 22. Pillars. I have got 2 pillars. He's got 4. Is that right? Yeah, because there's 6 in total. So he gets 22, I get 9. Your bridge tile. He considers his bridge to be placed in any space that gets him the most points. So his was... if you have at least 2 bound energy in each adjacent region. Yeah, he could pretend it's there, couldn't he, and say that that's true. So he gets the 10 points for that. I have 5 in these 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get 11 points. Caught 1 there. The achievements. So I have... how many roses out on the board? 1, 2, 3. 4. So that's going to be 8. Compasses out on the board. I have got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be another 8, 16. So for him, magnets out on the board. He's got 1, 2. So that's 4. Let's just count up the numbers. 2 roses. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6. Compasses. 7, 8, 9, 10. And there's more magnets, 12. So 24 points for that. And then a point each for these, so he just gets 6 points for them. He probably needed holding back though, because I think he's beat me on every count. Apart from 1. Where I got 1 more point from him than at the bridge. So 28, 37, 48, 64 versus 30, 40, 55, 77, 92. Stomp me. But yeah, he got a lot of his bonuses out earlier. Maybe I should have been getting these tiles as he was like racing to take them away from me. But there we go. You can make it even harder as well. If you've mastered that level of things, you can make it even tougher on yourself. Different monuments out in each game. These achievements are always the same. These ones change every game. And yeah, the different characters all have their own like bridge tiles and benefits when you bring them up. So there you go. That's an age contrived. I hope you enjoyed that, everyone. I will be back soon with on Patreon. You can see this a bit earlier, but it's coming up next week. 52 Realms Adventures, new print and play game from Postmark. It'll things like Aquamarine and Voyages and stuff. It's a solo dungeon crawling card game. Uses a standard deck of cards and a couple of markers. It's print and play. It is addictive. It's quick. It's fantastic. Caveat: I was paid to make the 52 Realms video, but I have played it a lot more times than I needed to. And yeah, that's coming up. There'll be more streams next week. There's probably a vote, right? Because isn't it December next week? It's Christmas time. Thank you very much for watching this, though. Support the channel on Patreon if you would like. I can do more things that way. And thank you so much for everyone that supports and subscribes and watches in general. Thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you for the next game. Bye, everyone. Bye, bye, bye. I'm not ready with the button on the credits, am I? I'm ready now. Bye.